I mean, you can't go wrong with my pitcher, so.
You're not wrong. Let's see if that works.
It'd be nice for us to see the chat and the fucking thing, too. God damn it, Joel.
And we should be good.
Lies.
Not lies. Alright, Sober, get your ass back here in this video. Everybody, welcome to 239 Media. We have it again. It's been 906 years. Roughly. Alright, so sorry for the delay. I want to start off by apologizing for that. Mr. Anderson has no issues. Sober has no issues, and myself obviously have no issues. But this guy known as Blue Line King, yeah, he's a fucking mess. Start that off. Alright, so I'm going to send it around the horn. We're going to first go over to you. Sober, I need you to do a little jump, skip action for me.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Just for you, buddy.
Thank you. Sober, well-known media guy, done it in the past. Y'all already know his face. But we have new people on the show. Mr. Anderson, tell us about yourself, buddy.
Oh, I'm Mr. Anderson, also known as Mr. Agerson. Got that from the beautiful Mr. Dom Silva. And right now I'm playing part-time center for the worst team in the league that somehow is in the finals, captained by the worst captain in the league, Young Kelch.
Hello, guys. Hello. That's me. I'm trash. Garbage. Absolute shitbag. Next up, BLK, you want anything to say, even though we can't see your beautiful face?
No, I'm good.
Nah, fucking beautiful. Okay, so I think we should start off, first things first, just kind of introducing the show. Obviously, we're going to try to do a part to have some sort of media presence. We're not going to do what other shows have done previously and not been successful with and commit to a weekly show. What we're going to do and try to focus in on more so is giving y'all a heads up ahead of time when we're going to do a show, whether that be once every week, once every 2 weeks, twice a month. We're going to give y'all enough notice ahead of time so y'all are able to tune in, kind of get your little jokes off and whatnot for all the dumb shit we have to say. But that's the plan. Stay tuned. Discord, the actual site. I know people say the site's dead. It's not dead, though it's on life support. We're going to make sure we're posting stuff there so you have the ability of going through. Also, shout out Mags. Magilla, you are a fucking beast for editing these videos and getting us content like that. We love to see it. But I'm going to go ahead and start by saying it this way. Comments or just random thoughts that you have about the season as a whole. Anderson, go.
Oh gosh, comments this season. I'm pretty surprised about our team personal. I remember the preseason rankings. I think us and Pale were ranked second last, I believe. So Here we are in the championship. Pretty much ran everybody's show the whole way through. You guys suck. Bunking and Buff, Young Buff 88, special shout out to you. Ran from me this season. Didn't get to see you. Where you at, bud? I don't know, it's a fun year, like always. 239 is a good time. My favorite league to be in, and in the championship yet again this year. We'll see how it goes.
All right, Sober, what do you got for me, buddy?
I hate it. Fuck off.
Well, I mean, you did plan a little vacation in the middle of it, so I mean.
Yeah, I am kind of bummed out that I missed your guys' series, but it is what it is.
I mean, there was a chance we could face each other again. If you didn't fuck it up.
Hey, fuck off.
Yeah, that was a little bit of Ian's doing. I think Ian was pretty confident, but at the end of the day, when you got D-Mart on your team, he's not a guy who's known to carry anybody, so team falls short like normal. I've been there with him before in the past and couldn't get it done either. So really not your fault, man. Don't worry about it.
The player series was typo.
Like, I'll say this about your team, okay? I have absolutely no quarrels with anybody on that team. I love all of you guys. Obviously, Ian's my boy. Y'all know that. Dan, if you're listening, I don't know why I said if you're listening. Dan, if not listening now, will listen at some point in time because Dan will say he does not care about 239, and Dan lives for this shit. He lives for this shit. Okay, let me tell you, Smart Gaming, an absolute legend in 239. You could go as far as to say he's the best 239er of all time. Why? Because he's been there from the beginning. He's been consistent. You cannot take that away from him. He's the best playoff performer this league has ever seen. You can fact check me on that one, but that's the truth. So I love you. I wish I would have played you in the playoffs, finals, somewhere along the lines other than our series when we played Croydon. So that is what it is. Anyway, be okay. Videoless, be okay. Go ahead. Your team ran the show in the regular season and laid a dud, so what do you have to take from the season?
It was a fun season. It was weird. Like, lately, the thing's been, like, a lot of talent on the team and just underperforming kind of all year long. That's what I've been used to, so frustration. And this year, there was, like, hardly any frustration, and everything worked until we got to the playoffs. I don't think the bye helped us much, honestly. Like, we didn't play a single game, like, as a unit at all. I mean, we really didn't practice, so we just kind of, like, everything rolled, and then the playoffs came, and we definitely shit the bed. But those things happen. Overall, good season, as always. 229's fun.
Well, it's funny you say that because, like I said, 229 for some people is not maybe the only league they're in. You got multiple leagues going back and forth across the place. But like you said, it's always going to be fun. That's what we want to make sure we keep this atmosphere. Media is a big part of that, obviously. If we continuously have the consistency of media flowing through, one, attracts people, talking points people to go to, and it makes the chirps that much better. And if y'all know me, I'm all for the chirps. I don't really care. Y'all can chirp me all day. I suck. I'll tell you firsthand. I am garbage. I am the worst player on my entire team, minus 7 toes. Okay? And he's a fucking peacock, and sometimes we gotta let him fly. I think if I didn't say that on air, he might have killed me. Not gonna lie to you. Shout out Marine Mike. You are a rock star in my eyes. So, we've talked a little bit about the season. That's fine. What I want to talk about, though, before we kind of proceed too long, because I know we're not going to do an extended show. I know we started a little late as is. But one thing we need to touch on is the finals. And I'm going to go to Sober first. Sober, you're a guy that's not obviously in the finals, so I want to skip Anderson and myself. What do you see from this matchup between Pale and, Baby Yoda memes versus my team and Boats and Hose? What do you see happening here? A prediction or any sort of comment you got for it?
As the schedule for it been laid out yet?
Yes, so there's 4 games tomorrow on Wednesday and then 3 games on Thursday. That's the setup we have.
Anderson playing the 4 to begin with?
Anderson's playing 1 through 4, yeah.
Well, just my thoughts. I think you guys should be able to take it in the 4. However, that being said, they're a team that is very frustrating to play against. I don't want to give the oh my god, all they do is shoot turds, talk, all that shit. All we hear is that team, surprising team. But basically, you lock Rick and Pale down, and you're good. Yes, Figo scored a lot of goals against us, but a lot of those were rebound, shit, shot, shit, right in front of the net type of shit.
Somebody's got to press stop.
Right.
Shout out Yambag.
So, and I do want to say, shout out to Swizzy. I'm very impressed that he does have a right trigger. That guy, I have to say it. I watched you guys' last series, and I couldn't believe it. Like, you guys are giving him shit for actually, he was trying to make the wrong pass at the time, but he was actually trying to pass it, which, in my eyes, was a good thing.
That's a fair point. I'm guilty of that. I take it back. Sorry, Swizzy.
No, it was a good time. Good time. But yeah, I think you guys should take it for.
All right. Be okay. What are your thoughts in regards to the series coming up between Pale and Kelch?
And don't let Brick win another one. That's all we need for his head to get him even bigger. But
it should be a good series. Pal's team obviously beat us. They knocked us out of the tournament. They're a tough team. Defensively, like they like to collapse, right? They make it very hard to get to the front of the net, which is kind of like Jay and Swizzy's, I guess, strong suits. They like to drive a lot. I think it comes down to like what he just said, what Silver said. If you can stop Pale and you can stop Brick, you'll be pretty good. Like in none of those games did we really feel like they were having the better end of it. It was just every little break they got, they scored because Pal or Brick would come away with it and set. Even if Figo scored, it's kind of just as Silver said. He didn't. It's not that Figo's bad. It's just he goes to his area, he presses up. Like that's his job. That's what he does. The other two kind of make the play or build the play. So if you can shut that down, you have a really good shot. I think there's a chance it could be a 4 sweep, and it's also a chance it could go 7 games. So it's like it should be a fun series.
Anderson, you or I? You want to take it?
You go for it first.
All right. So I can easily pull the card. Oh, we swept them in the regular season. That don't mean jack shit. So we played them directly, like I think it was like 2 days or something after they had just traded for Figo. So basically they got their actual team now. So it's just like brand new for them, obviously. Now, don't get me wrong. These guys have played for like a decade together. Talking about Brick, Figo, Pale, they have. They're kind of figuring it out. So far, since that point in time, though, they've been beating teams. And don't get me wrong, like we swept them. And we swept them all in. I think everyone, if not one, if I'm not mistaken, was a one goal game. So it's not like it was like just blowouts or something, right? So it's tight series first and foremost. I expect 100% this to be a tight series. Whether that goes the distance, whether it's a short series, I could see it going 4-0 either team. 1 goal games, I could see it going 7. That all doesn't like really do me any justice to sit here and predict. Obviously, I'm gonna, without being cocky, I'm gonna predict my team because I just believe in the guys. As it is, I mean, they've been backpacking me all season. Why would I guess they would do anything other than that again? But one thing that I can say is, and I want to give shout out to Master Shotgun. I've seen like in the playoff series so far, and even like at the end of their last season, I know all season long he's probably just been hearing how much booty cheeks he actually is from his boy, aka the Captain Junior, that of Brick City. But if we're being honest, he's moved the puck well in their playoff series. He's playing well. He's scoring. I've seen him score on some clappers. I know we're going to talk about, because the key is obviously shutting down Pale, shutting down Brick, not letting them generate the offense for the team. But it's the supporting cast a lot of times that win teams championships. Sure, is Swizzy, Jay, Anderson as my top line. Are they great? Yes. But would he be where we are right now without G.I. Joe? Absolutely not. I mean, it's not always the biggest name you might think of on a team that's going to go ahead and propel you to a victory. So whichever team steps up, I mean, both teams are absolutely deserving. I think Pale, I talked to Pale maybe like a week or so ago. I think he's going for his first title since season 3 of 239, so it's been a long time for him. I've never won. I'm 0 for 2 in the finals, so one streak is going to come to an end for a captain, that's for sure. It'll be a toss-up. Anderson, go ahead.
No, man, it'll be a great series. I was kind of worried about playing them just because every single night that I'm on, I look at my friends list, and sure enough, there's Figo, Brick, and Pale in a party together, playing together, getting chemistry. So, like you said, we swept them in our one series, but I think every game was a 1-goal game, I think, if I remember. It was tight as hell. And we got progressively worse, and they got progressively better as the series went along. So, definitely nervous about playing them. We definitely have a glaring weakness at lefty, and their forward line is pretty good. So I'm definitely worried about that. So Jay, Swizzy, G.I. Joe are going to have to shut down the boys, like you said. So their team that can shut you down defensively, too. They just kind of all play, Brick City defense, and they're just going to put 5 guys in the crease. All try to play goalie at the same time, pretty much, and, Brick all of a sudden is going to throw a huge sauce pass out of the zone, hit Pale's going to go dunk on Kelch, and all of a sudden, we're down by a goal like usual. So it'll be a good series. We're going to have to grind hard. My prediction is we're going to win, of course, but I don't think it'll be a 4-0. I think we're going to have to call on the legendary Peacock Marine Mike to come in Game 5 and come in and smack the shit out of him in Game 5, and we will take the series with that.
Okay. All right. So I was going to say, let's do predictions. So you got us in 5. BLK, prediction on the series. What's the game total and who's the winner?
Oh, man. Can I give 2? Can I say either you guys in 4 or them in 7?
Have some balls. Give me 1.
You in 4.
I like that. Sober, prediction?
I already said my cook.
Yeah, I don't listen to you sometimes. So what'd you say?
I said you guys are 4, but I might change that just because I want Mike to get on the ice for a finals game. So I'll say you guys in 5.
Okay. My prediction is I'm gonna say my team. Like I said, I'm not gonna bet against them, but I'm gonna go in 6. Marine Mike is gonna have a legendary OT winner in Game 6, and he's gonna let y'all know about it for the next 17 years of your lives.
It's gonna be some random Legion shot as soon as he crosses the blue line.
Oh no, he's probably gonna get tripped, and the puck's gonna hit him in the head and fly into the net. But it's
like,
gonna score.
That's what I was trying to do the whole time.
Trying to rip an Omaha down the ice, will go in, and somebody not paying attention.
Well, as long as BLK isn't trying to rip an Omaha, Mike really likes to make BLK his bitch, from what I remember in that series against them. So, but yeah, shout out Marine Mike. I love you, dog. Anyway, so we've touched on the finals, the preview for this, so we have that to look forward to. As mentioned, games 1 through 4 tomorrow. I'll be streaming. Pale will more than likely be streaming as well if you want to watch it from their point of view. Shock, or as y'all see his gamer tag now, Tricky, might be streaming again. I'm assuming he's been streaming lately, so maybe they'll have 3 different streams you can watch. Although, let's be honest, who likes to watch from the goalie's streaming point of view? So it is what it is. I still love you, Shock. Anyway, so 4 games tomorrow night, and then, if needed, games 5 through 7 will be on Thursday night. So Pale posted, and this we'll move into next. Pale posted the ability to vote for our awards. As y'all know how 239 works, listing of admins and or media members make their nominations for these type of awards to see who it is that we feel is deserving. So after everyone's votes came in, or nominations came in, we went ahead and got to the point where we have a list, right? We have a list we can now actually vote on. And I want to kind of go over this with you guys, maybe get your takes or thoughts of who you think may win or why you think they win. If you want to make a case for someone, by all means, if you're played the season, you know actually what happened this season, please go out and vote. Whether it's voting for BLK for the Norris or Sober for cutest fucking head. You want to make sure you're voting for these things because it's important. At least when it comes to being able to talk shit later on. So, let's go ahead and I'm going to pull up the link right now to the awards. And let's see. We should start with... I'm going to start with we'll start with the Vezina. We'll start there. And Anderson, I'll send it to you first. So the finalist for the Vezina, you have our goalie, Sniper. You have none other than the legend himself in this league, B. Cripps. And then you also have Tricky, so Pale's goalie, right? Or as others know him as Shock. So those are your 3 goalies here for the Vezina at this point in time. How do you see this panning out? Do you see it a close race? What are your thoughts?
I think it'll be probably a close race between 2. I think it's going to come down to the legend, the best goalie in 239 history, probably B. Cripps, and our goalie, Sniper, who definitely, if anybody watched our games, know he made some huge saves for us and definitely bailed us the hell out. I'm not sure what the stats are, how it compares. I'm sure Cripps is probably towards the top of the league.
They actually have the
Sniper.
exact same save percentage. I can confirm that one for you.
All right. Well, there you go. So I think it'll definitely be a close race between those two. I'm partial to our own guy because I know what he had to deal with in front of him. So I think he'll come out on top, but you never know. B. Cripps has got the name as well, so some people might not default to him, but just kind of, figure nobody could be better than B. Cripps, right? So it'll be a close race.
All right, BLK, you got anything to add for the Vezina?
I think that B. Cripps will win it. I don't know if he completely 100% deserves it. I didn't watch both of them play all year, but I think that that's typically when you have a race this close, it always defaults to the more known name, I guess. So I think that you'll probably see B. Cripps win that.
Fair assessment. Sober?
I kind of go with the majority here, where I think Cripps is going to win it, just on the sole fact that he is the one goalie in this league right now that you don't really ever score those shady goals, those shitty, oh my god, my guy fell down and somehow the puck triples, or you come across the blue line, you shoot it, and you score. Not to say that Sniper and Shock didn't have good seasons, but they did let some of those type of jiggles in, right? But then again, they did have you playing in front.
That's what I'm saying. No, you laugh, and I'm serious. I'm fucking playing lefty in front of Sniper. How he doesn't have the award, beyond me. Okay,
But then again, I played enough goalie too that I know sometimes you can't stop shit. Like it just happens, You could be in perfect position and it goes in. But once again, Cripps always seems to be that guy that no matter what team he has in front of him, no matter what, he always keeps his team in it.
That's a good point. 100% B. Cripps is the best goalie in this league. But when it comes to the Vezina, you look at the best goalie for the season. And the way I look at it, B. Cripps, obviously, yes, he played on 2 teams in this season, okay? He was traded after getting swept.
He go to Odd Guys team, too. Come on.
He went to Odd Guys team, yes. And the way I look at it, there's times where they absolutely shut teams down and he didn't let anything in. And there was also the games, though, where I saw where he's giving up 5. Okay, there was more of a wide range when it came to goals scored per game. Yes, he could have the shutout. Sniper, for instance, didn't have a fucking shutout because we would make a stupid ass mistake. I think we cost him 3 different shutouts in the last 30 seconds of a game this season. So I fucked up twice of those 3. I don't know. I suck, so...
You still fucked up the third one somehow.
Yeah, I probably did, you know what I mean? I probably stared at a guy wrong. He maybe got, dazed in my eyes, and I was just like, ah! And that's how it broke down. But basically, for that particular reason, and him playing on 2 separate teams, I'm going to lead towards Sniper. He didn't play this season, this guy I'm about to mention, but we didn't do awards last season. And I told him I was going to do this no matter what. Your Vezina winner for last season, none other than Mr. DJ himself. I Soldier Up. Congratulations, you're a beast. You're the only part-time Vezina winner. Part-time Vezina winner I've ever seen. I'm giving him the award. So I don't care what anyone says.
Just because he was on the same team, he has to share it with 37.
He does not have to share it with 37. He does not have to share it with 37. Okay, here's a story for you last season. This was the best story I've ever had. So, one, DJ really loves Dunkin', all right? So he goes and gets his coffee and whatnot every day. He loves it, right? Kind of like BLK, run and make a coffee run every 4 hours. So, basically, going into the last season, or the last season's playoffs, 37 was part-time, DJ was part-time as well. Every single series, he goes, look, if you sweep him in 4, I'm sending you $10. $10 in Dunkin' cash. And literally we swept the first, every season, or every series except for the finals. And then, we got to the finals. We went 2-2 in DJ's games, and then we lost in 6. So it's like, fuck. So yeah, DJ unfortunately didn't get an additional $10 there in Dunkin' Cash. I'm sure he could have had another little coffee or two with that. But
Maybe you could have
that's
figured out
last
the
season.
scammer by then.
Anyway, let's move on to what do y'all want to touch on next?
Doesn't matter. Let's go. You got the paper for. I don't even remember the names of the awards.
Jesus Christ.
Heart.
All
Yeah,
right.
you're running
Let's
it.
go right to the top.
You want to go to the top? All right, let's go to the Heart. All right, so the Heart, we have 3 finalists. Obviously, the Heart for the MVP of the season. You have 3 guys. 1, Power Kill. You have 2, Surprise Me 22. And you have none other than Mr. Brick City. Okay, these are 3 guys, top of their teams. Surprise Me is obviously his team ran shop all regular season. They had 1 regulation loss. Power Kill, top end team, led his team. Well, I think it was top 5 in points if I'm not mistaken. And then you have Brick City, played defense, played forward, and has obviously got his team now to the finals. So I mean, 3 well-deserving guys. Who wants to kick it off here? Anyone?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, go.
I mean, I'm a big believer that the MVP, you got to take the V part seriously. It's the most valuable person, not necessarily the best person in the league. I know Surprise Me had a shit ton of points, and their team kind of ran away with the regular season. But when I look at their roster, and I see how many good players he stole in the draft, I mean, their team was loaded. So I feel like with their team, as we were saying kind of before in a private party, you could have taken any one member of their team out of there, and they probably would have been still first, second, third place in the league, one of the top teams, even with losing a member. I mean, they were stacked with Buff and Dom and Pogs and Surprise Me and the schmuck blue line who can't figure out how to use a freaking iPhone. And, they're pretty loaded. So, in my opinion, even though I don't want to say it, I think the Heart would go to Brick. I think the ability to play so many different positions for his team. He plays multiple positions per series, always flipping around. He plays whatever position he plays well. And he kind of yells at his team until they start playing well and kind of molds them together, forces them to practice, keeps everybody in line, which can be hard with some of the characters that they have on that team. So he kind of keeps that freight train moving forward, keeping them in line and keeping them structured and playing a winning brand of hockey. So I think he's probably the most valuable player to his team all around. I would go for him.
I'll touch on it next. I'm going next in the fact that I basically agree 100% with what you just said. And that's exactly the reason why I would have Brick as my number 1 option for the Heart. So there's no need to kind of drag that out any more than it is. You basically hit the nail on the head for my thoughts. Sober?
Move on.
Same?
Yeah.
Same? Okay. Be okay. Anything else to add? I know surprisingly is your captain, so I mean, you very well might have a different.
He voted for himself, so I'd like him to explain that too online.
I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to explain that part of it. I'll answer this question. So it depends how you look at it. If you take it like Anderson, completely, I think, agree. You have a guy that can play pretty much any position besides goalie, can do it at a pretty high level, and is going to contribute. He's also probably, from what I've heard, I've never been on a team with him, the talkative guy, for better or worse. He's going to direct people and try to make them better.
Talkative is a nice way to put it.
That's great. That's valuable, and considering that, and if you take playoffs into consideration, even more so. If you take playoffs out of consideration, which is normally how awards are voted on, how I would view it, and if you just went by stats, Surprise Me just had the single greatest season in 239 history. Now, we went over the stats. Point per game, Surprise Me has the greatest single season as points per game. 3.7 points per game. Hard to argue not to give that guy an award, no matter who was around him. That's my argument. So if you look at just pure stats, Surprise Me, and it's not even close. If you're going by hypotheticals and, well, he can play here, here, and here, and here, then absolutely, then Brick's your guy. That's how I would say it. And Powerkill had a great season, too. Let's not mention Powerkill had 52 assists, led the league by 7. So assist, unselfish guy setting his other teammates up for success. I don't think that should go unmentioned either. He's no slouch, but in this argument, I think he's number 3.
That's a fair point. He was a pain in the ass to play against for sure.
Okay, so Valid point, 100% agree. It's a regular season award. It's not playoff based. And surprised me, absolutely has the accolades to do it. Definitely led the league in points. Your Rocket Richard winner for sure. But here's the thing, and the way I look at it, and it comes down to which player removed from their team does the damage, like, to their team, like which is more detrimental to their team. You lose, surprise me, your team still maybe loses 5 regular season games at most. I mean, your team was stacked. That's the way I look at it. You remove Brick, and you have, even before Figo was traded to Pale's team, you have Pale trying to lead the charge basically by himself without any other what you would classify as high price talent. You know how Pale likes to spend a shit ton on like 1 or 2 players and then make the rest work. So it's kind of a gamble. I see both sides of it. I do have one comment though, because you said he has arguably the best season in 239 history, and without getting all blowjobby over here, you can't say he has the best season. Look at season 4, DMart Gaming. What do you have? 50. I pulled it up here. 56 goals, 62 assists for 118 points. He led the most points in the league. He was over by I think it was 20 something points in the next closest person. That's the
But
best.
how many games played?
That's the best season. That is the best season in 239 history.
How many games played was it?
33.
It's 3.5 points per game. He's still under the points per game pace of surprising.
Well, yeah, he's what, 3.7? Is that right?
Yeah.
Talk about this season, Coach.
3.7 to 3.9. Look, 3.7 to 3.5. I don't know.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying, by stat sense, he had the best season in
You got a lot of
239
work.
history. I don't agree.
I'll make one more added comment to Brick. Even
Go
though, once again, his head is big enough.
It's not big enough for your screen, so keep going.
He did have shotgun playing D. I mean, you do have to put that into context too. He himself probably made statements and stuff and made shotgun a serviceable D-man, which in anybody's eyes that would be completely nonsense. I mean, they play really good team D, but at the same point, to be able to do what they did with a goalie playing left D is pretty nuts.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I already made my comments on shotgun. So, all right, let's go to the Norris. Let's just knock out some of the big ones right off the bat. All right, so for the Norris, you have again I think just 3 guys listed. You have Blue Line King, obviously Mr. No Video himself. You have his teammate, his other D partner, Pogs. And then you have the young gun to the party, K-Dog. I believe K-Dog M2 is the gamer tag officially. These are the 3 guys. Sober, I'm going to keep it on you. Who do you have as the Norris? Is there a particular reason as to why you see it as that?
Fuck. I'm going to say the fucking non-video, the struggle's real. Mainly because there's certain guys in this league that can time that goddamn stick lift perfectly a lot. And he's one of them. You don't really ever get called for that shit, and I don't get it. You could be stick battling, you could stick lift me 15 times in the corner and walk away with the puck. That's one thing I look at as D-man when they're able to work that stick. I don't look as much as points and all that shit, other shit.
Yeah.
I look at who is the person that pisses me off the most out of the group, and I would have to say that.
All right.
Carry on.
Out of the grouping here, I'll even tell you my ranking to the 3 of them. I have in third, I have it as Pogs. Pogs obviously is a forward, ideally. wanted to play defense this season. Found his way on Surprise Me team for the 716th fucking time in a row. So,
Doesn't even matter position.
it doesn't matter. Like, they could literally be playing fucking part-time goalie, and they're gonna split goalie together. I don't fucking know. Next season, I don't care who the fuck the captain is. I don't care if Pogs is a captain, Surprise Me is a captain. I hope they both are fucking captains. Somebody get them on different fucking teams. Just get them on different teams. I don't care. Just different.
Open the bidding, it's like $50 for Pogs, and just put them up there.
Or exactly. Or if not, just like open the bidding on the one of them that's not a captain at so high that Surprise Me or Pogs basically bids that next amount, takes their guy, and their team is fucked. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to you. Let's go. All right. Number 2, K-Dog. This man, new to the league. Obviously, he's in his second season. Really cool dude. Horrible Twitch name, though. Like, his name is K-Dog. That's his gamer tag. But his fucking Twitch thing is Space Antelope. When I tried to find their series one night, I looked for about a week. I was so confused until he put it in the stream chat. I was lost. But the dude's great. I know you don't really look at points when it comes to the Norse. At least I don't particularly. It plays a portion of the role to the best D-man in my opinion, but it is not the do-all, be-all kind of deciding factor. Which team can lock you down? Which player dictates the team's gameplay for the most part? And that's why I have BLK as my Norris winner, or my Norris selection at least. We can talk about points if you'd like. He had 50 as compared to the next closest D-man who had 30. So he literally just curb stomped that if you want to talk about points. But Sober touched on it. He's a D-man that you know you can count on to be in the right position, to make the right play, to break up a particular 2-on-1 potential shorthanded rush or, whatever. And he's going to go ahead and limit the opportunities for the other team. That is your number one goal as a defenseman. It's not about scoring. It's shutting down the best player on the opposing team. And that's what he does well. Anderson?
Yeah, I agree. I got Blue Line King number 1 for most of the same reasons you said. I mean, it comes down to, I'm a big believer for D-men, just do your fucking job, basically. That's stop people, get the puck back, get the fuck out of the zone to your forwards to go score. Blue Line King does that as well as anybody. And then when you factor in the point that he did have over 2 points per game playing on D, I mean, you could say points don't matter for a D-man, but when you get 2 points per game on D, that's pretty damn good, and I think you should consider that as well. So across the board, even though I hate the guy, Blue Line King 7 definitely should be the runaway winner, I think, for the Norse this season.
Yeah. BLK, who do you think should win the Norris?
Oh, me. I mean, I don't even mean to fucking cocky. I mean, I led the league in plus minus. I was like 14 assists away from the most assists in the fucking league. I was 5th in the league in assists. That's why you want to know. That's the answer. Why did I vote for myself for MVP but not Norris? Because I didn't think Norris was enough. I literally was like, dude, what didn't I do? What didn't I do? I led the league in plus minus.
Well, you didn't get your camera to work.
I was 5th in the league in assists. I scored 12 goals on defense. Like, I mean, the next closest had 5. Like, and that was my D partner. So most likely, I'm the one that set him up to score. Like, and this is like trying not to be cocky. I'm not really, but like, I don't know. That's why I voted myself for MVP. I didn't even vote myself for Norris. Like, I think I had I know when I've had bad seasons in a couple seasons, like the last 2, I don't think I had great. No matter what the points said, I didn't think I had great seasons. This season, like everything worked. So I just felt like the team around me definitely helped as well. Can I say that? Like, it wasn't just me individually putting them on my back. They definitely helped out. It was good to have guys that knew what they were doing. And it clicked. Like, everyone was on the same page. So, yeah, I would probably vote for me, and then probably Pogs, too. Just because I didn't know the other guy. I'm not even quite sure I've ever seen him play. So I couldn't answer whether or not what he was. He may deserve it more, but I saw Pogs every night, and I know he did a hell of a job, so that would be my number 2.
Hell of a job to the playoffs.
Hold on, that's a fair point, but there's something that kind of debunks your theory a little bit here. I know you said, you have a good thought process to this, but on your nominations, you nominated for a potential Norris candidate, this guy called Young Kelch. So
I did.
clearly your judgment must be coming into question.
Well, I mean, you made the finals, so you must not be that bad. And, like, you beat us. I think you were the only team to beat us in the regular season. So from my standpoint, like, I thought quite highly of your team because pretty much every other team we played, we pretty much, I don't know, I don't want to be too rude, but I mean, it got out of hand at times, like, literally boring. So your team made us, like, it made it interesting. We weren't ever bored, I can assure you that. So.
Okay.
I felt like
That's Marine Mike. I'll have
that's what I liked.
Yeah,
we played Marine Mike.
We got
too.
Marine
We
Mike,
Anderson.
bro. So
we might have lucked out, and we still.
if someone wants to go back to my
battle.
Twitch, it was about maybe 2-3 months ago. Check for BOK basically being turned into a cone by Marine Mike. It was greatness. Anyway, let's move on to the next.
That's not accurate. He blocked an Omaha with a poke check.
Bro, it was a 200 IQ play. 200 IQ. You just can't stop it. Like, Marine Mike is here. The rest of us are somewhere below there, okay?
Yeah, it was a sweet play. I mean, he completely poked it, killed the puck right on his stick, and banged it home. Like, literally, it was like, boom, boom. I'm just like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. Like, it's definitely a low light of the season for me. Outside of the playoffs, that was a big one.
We don't have to go there for you, buddy. It's okay. Let's go to... Let's go with the next biggest one on the board. That's the Selke. So best defensive forward is really, the easiest way to describe that. So we have a few different candidates here. We have, and two of y'all can really attest to this as he's been on your esports team. Young Buffalo makes this listing for the Selke. You also have Bartlett. He part-time for Odd Guys team. And then you also have, who was it again? I just went brain dead. This guy named Brick City. Y'all have heard his name before. And then another person on the panel, we have Mr. Anderson making this roster as another part-time player. So clearly we're getting some part-time love here in relation to how guys are panning out. Sober. We're gonna skip over Anderson this time since he's among the finalists here. So who do you have for the Selke there, Sober?
I hate doing it. I gotta say Brick again. He played D for some of the season, and he played forward, and he plays the position well. He helps out his D-man a lot. That's one big thing is you think you have a one-on-one with the D-man, and he always seems to get back in position to be able to help that guy out. And once again, looking at his squad, and he had Shotgun on that side, he was, it's a thing. I mean, there were so many times, like in our playoff series, there were so many times where I thought I had Shotgun on a spin move or something, and next thing you know, I have Pale and Brick on my ass. Like, he covers very well. Not to slight anybody else. I have a hard time giving pretty much any award to any part-timers. No offense to them, just to me, it's hard to do that. So I'd have to say Brick.
Okay.
Now I'm going to shoot myself.
That's okay. Hey, we've all been there. BOK, do you have an idea of who you think is the Selke guy? Are you going back to your team, or are you going to mix it up with something different here?
So this was actually one of the harder ones to pick for me. I think this might have been the hardest decision because it's so close. So to me, it came down to Anderson and Buff, and the reason why I didn't include Brick is because he did play. He didn't have to play forward all the time, and when it came to Buff and Anderson, it's like. So Buff did it part-time, Anderson did it part-time, Buff did it full-time. That might be the separator. Buff, proof again in the stats, he was, I think, a minus or plus 59. Like, I was the only person in the league with a higher plus-minus than him. I think that speaks a lot. I think the fact that Anderson didn't lose in the regular season in regulation, I think that speaks a lot. Very tough.
I didn't lose in any game. I only lost for 2 periods, so I'm just pointing that out. I would have won that shit too. I should be undefeated.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like I don't know how you couldn't vote for one of those two. I don't think there's a wrong choice, no matter which way you went. Like legit, it's a weak answer. I guess it's a cop out, but that is the truth. Like you couldn't go wrong because Buff, his strong suit is defense. Like offense, he leaves a little bit up to the imagination. Sometimes you're like, we should have done this. We should have moved it quicker here or there. But like overall, like solidly up front, he's solid. But defense is where he is. Legit is like a top 5 center in the entire game, not just in this league, but in the game defensively. Like he is too defensive, too conservative at times. He's that defensive. So if that's what you're counting is like just the complete two-way center, like it's between those two.
Okay. I'm not going to argue that at all. This is, and I think you kind of said it, this is literally, in my eyes, when I look at everything, the hardest one for me to decide of who I would actually give it to. Could I easily go the easy option and say, it's Mr. Anderson, he's on my team? Sure. I do agree with Sober that it's a little harder to give certain awards to part-time players, and the fact that did their games matter less? No. But did they play less games than a potential full-time player? Yes. So did that play a little bit of a role? Sure. Would I be mad at all if Brick won? Well, outside of the fact that it's just Brick winning anything? No, I would not. Would I be mad if Young Buffalo won? No. Anderson? Absolutely not. I think any one of those three are absolutely the at least I would put it as the top guys there. I know there's the other Bartlett is another part-time player that makes that list. I don't have enough from I saw him one series obviously. For whatever reason, Odd Guy is like one of the few teams that as I watch streams all the fucking time for this league, and I didn't watch many of theirs for whatever reason. Don't ask me, I have no clue. Probably why they swept us. But yeah. So I don't have much to say, at least in relation to him, and I don't want to act like I'm underselling it or not. He made this list. Obviously, the people that were nominating were able to see that he definitely is good enough to be a quality two-way player. But I would say 100% if I'm going to go ahead and have to just, gun to my head, pick a player, I'm going to go with Buff, Young Buffalo 88 as my Selkie. That's who I would go with. And Anderson, you're in the running here for this, so you close us out.
I'm going to agree with you guys. I don't think it should go to a part-timer either. In my nominations, put Corian / D-Mart and Anderson / Marine Mike combination. So, but we didn't go that way. So if we're not doing part-timers, I think you got to give it to the guy who's literally allergic to the offensive zone. That Young Buffalo 88. Definitely, like Blue Line King said, one of the best defensive players in the entire game. I think he had like 70 points this season, but I think probably 65 of them are probably just passes from center ice as he was trying to get back. So he's about as great as a defensive player as you can find in the league. So I think Buff is probably your winner for the Selkie there.
Okay. Quick, easy to the point, and let's go to some rookies, shall we? Go to the Calder. Okay, so by the way, I just want to point it out because we have a lot of rookies signed up for next season. It should be a fun race next season. But for this season, we have some finalists. Your finalists are SBDR. It was SBDR 91. I think is the actual gamer tag, if I'm not mistaken. You have Bartlett again, and then you have Barzell. Those are the three guys. Now, unfortunately, with this setup, you have one full-time and two part-time guys, if I'm not mistaken. And then you have, if I'm not mistaken, I apologize. I said Barzell, but I meant to say I said it wrong, so that's on me. And then you have G.I. Joe. How I just fucked up my own D-man? Beyond me. But
he literally carried your ass with his 6'9" enforcer all year, by the way.
Okay, well he had a 6'9" enforcer for two series until he decided to change to defensive D-man. So let me give you my rundown on how I look at this. Okay, one, he wasn't on my team to start. We traded for him after the first series. Actually, after we beat them when he was on Sir Puffington. Shout out to Yeti, by the way. for being a fucking league legend and stepping up when needed most. So fucking big kudos to you first and foremost. Out of this though, I think it's, and like I said, again, it comes down to part-time players. It's hard to give it to them unless you're absolutely dominant. I look at it as a two-man race for the most part. SBDR as a forward, and then GI Joe, Destro as basically one of the better defensive D-men I've seen in this league come out of nowhere. So one thing I would say is I don't want to sit there and try to just act like my team should get it or anything like that. It's easy to do so. It's trying not to be anywhere near biased, but he bailed me out so many times that I can't say anything besides the Calder in my eyes is his. Go ahead, Anderson. Do you have anything that you want to say that's different than what I've got?
Well, for me, it's a two-person race for kind of a weird reason. The first person being G.I. Joe for the reasons you mentioned, carrying your poor ass on D there, always being back, smacking the shit out of people, pissing people off. I mean, there's nothing worse than being a forward and trying to do whatever little move you think is sweet. And then just getting smoked and losing all your energy, being injured in the corner. G.I. Joe.
While being teabagged, don't forget that.
Yeah, teabagging your ass, while letting you know that he just absolutely planted you in the corner. So I appreciate that, Joe. I did promise SBDR, though, I would love him forever because he played twos with me the other day. So I'm going to give him a special shout out. I never go back on my word. So, my brother, love you. Thank you for playing with me. So it's definitely in all seriousness. So he put up a lot of points. He played really well. He's definitely a noticeable player out there on the ice for his offensive line. So for me, it's between those two guys. I'll be the homer and pick GI Joe, of course, because he's our guy. So that's my official vote.
All right, BLK, what do you got for us?
Same thing. Not to jump on the bandwagon, but same. My 1-2 vote was between SBDR and GI Joe Destro. I've known SBDR for a while. He's been around for a while. Great player. Not shocked that he did well here, and will probably continue to do well here as long as he stays around. G.I. Joe, I didn't know of this guy. When we played him, we didn't get his 6'9" build. We got the modest 6'7" defensive defenseman ogre out there still, and he was hitting everything that moved. Definitely made things difficult. For us, I know the left side of the ice, it was tough even for me that series. I didn't score a goal when I really, really wanted to because I wanted a goal song played. But
not today, sir. Not today.
Yeah, he's a big guy. I thought my guy was big as a 6'2", 6'3" grinder, and he just was smacking me around. So my vote actually went to G.I. Joe as well, and that's why I think he might not be an offensive juggernaut, but defensively, he knows his role. And I thought when I saw his build, I was like, oh god, this guy's gonna be going for big hits and missing, and he actually didn't. He kind of just played his role, stood back, and at the time to hit, he definitely hit. So he got my vote.
All right, round us into form there. So
I'm with the group. Go to GI Joe. Cartoon was awesome, so that's part of the reason why I got my vote. No, it's seriously, like everybody said, I don't want to say it's hard to play the D in this game, but when you have Kelch on the other side, it makes it even harder. And he, just a little bit that I watched you guys' streams, he talked a lot. There was a lot of communication of seeing what the other team was doing and kind of making comments on we should attack here, and then he was almost always back, no matter where he was in the opposite zone to begin with. But he's a good vote too. I've known him for quite some time. But I would have to go with the D-man on it.
And it's funny that we have a clean sweep in who we would vote for the Calder. I mean, one, obviously, offense generally wins more awards than you would imagine. Obviously, it very well could still pan out that way. Obviously, these are just our thoughts. Please vote yourselves out there with your actual opinions for sure.
Except right now, but you don't actually.
You don't actually have to follow just because of what we're saying. These are obviously just our thoughts. But one thing I can say about G.I. Joe for sure, after being able to play with him and seeing him as a ginormous build and thinking, cool, like, can he probably hit people? Sure. His ability to break out the puck and actually fluently move the puck from our zone through the neutral zone if need be, and getting it to the right forward on tape-to-tape passes constantly was probably my most impressive quality when watching him. Obviously, you play as a defensive, and even when he was playing as an enforcer D-man, he was still able to do some of these things. So kind of caught my eye early, and he never really wavered my thoughts process on that. So that's my thought. What do we have left? We have 3 awards left. Let's go with the John Adams. I'm saying a little action there. Surprised me. One,
Is it Jack Adams?
What'd I say?
John?
Who the fuck
John
is John
Adams.
Adams? Yeah, Jack Adams. What the fuck am I talking about? Thanks. Fuck if I know. All right, so you have surprised me. You have surprised me on this vote. You have Ian the Berean, and then you have myself as the 3 finalists. Who the fuck is John Adams? Jesus Christ. Someone talk, because I'm stupid. So, somebody go.
For me, this was probably the hardest one. I mean, when I look at Surprise Me's team and how stacked they were, I mean, I don't know if that was him just being a genius or the rest of you captains being idiots. The fact that young Buff went for like 15 bag of dicks or whatever the hell, that's an absolute steal. Blue Line King for 25, that's a steal. You did a great job, like right off the start, building his team. Then you got yourself there, Kelch. You drafted pretty much all the guys I think that you wanted pretty much from your game plan. I think you set a plan and went out, and from what you told me in our late night COD meetings, anyway, you achieved your goal of getting your guy Jay and Swizz and myself and filling out your team. Then you somehow got gifted G.I. Joe in the middle of the season.
You're gonna make
kind
Phil
of saved
mad.
the team.
Calm down.
So, I don't know if that was you or the other captains being idiots again. So again, I don't really know who to give to there. And then Ian as well drafted a great team. He went with the old part-timer thing. Kind of reminded me of Dub's team a few seasons ago where he got 2 steals of part-timers that dominated the league. Croydon was like 3 points a game and DeMar like just under 3 points a game. Both an absolute when they asked to play against. In the end, I ended up giving my word, I think, to Surprise Me, I think, is who I voted for. But for me, it was definitely the closest one of the awards that I looked at.
All right, BOK, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. This was a tough one as well. I think this was the second toughest one, I think, for me. It's easy to give it to Surprise Me. I think that if we're just going based on bidding, I think he had the best bidding. I mean, the record, regular season, if you're just going on record, 100%. When I think of the Jack Adams, though, it's not just the bidding. It's not just having one good night, and then that leads to just all the success. He didn't have to make a trade. He just sat back and everything worked, which is great. That's on him. He did a good job. Other owners had to go out and make moves, put things together. So with all of that under consideration, it came down to Kelch and Pale. And I actually forget who I voted for. But that's where I think it comes down to is the Kelch and Pale. Both made the finals, coincidentally, so I can't even let the tiebreaker be, who went further in the playoffs. But I think I gave it to Pale. And it's just because I felt like he had to make more moves, and maybe I'm wrong about that, but I felt like his team was a bit more of a mess, and he put it all together by the end of the year and maybe did more to get there. And his managerial decisions is what led that team to where it was more than just having one good night at bidding.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say I'm glad you mentioned Pale because apparently the Jack Adams just asked me all sorts of fucking up because I also forgot to mention that Pale is one of the 4 finalists for the Jack Adams Award. So, my bad. Regardless of me being stupid, what we have to also think about here is... I mean, it happens. Let's just be honest. I make mistakes.
I was like, who the hell is the other person? I couldn't remember.
I make more mistakes than you could probably imagine. In a regular day-to-day life situation, it's a blast over here in my world. So, let me talk about this. I don't think he's going to win, but I want to give Ian a shout out as a rookie captain, myself as a rookie captain this season. Sometimes it's harder to put your name in the ring to be a captain if you've never done it before. Obviously, you don't want to be that captain that goes out there, thinks you have a plan, try to execute the plan, and then it backfires completely, and you're sitting there looking up at every single person on the scoreboard like, great, we're getting shit on nightly. You don't want that. He went a different route. He drafted 4 part-time players, so he definitely had the rotation. I want to give credit to that because it does take a lot for a captain to be able to manage not just the 6 people you have regularly playing if you have full-time players, but then you have part-time players adjusting through their schedule setups, what guys can work some nights, what guys can't play other nights, and making sure it works every single week. And being on top of that, he was constantly trying to get his guys out there to practice. I think he did a great job. So I do want to give him credit, though I don't think he's going to win this award. Personally, Pale's team. Let me touch on that. When you talk about Pale's team, again, it came down to spending a lot of money on Brig, getting his catalyst for what he wanted to do with his team, and then trying to push forward from there. Yes, he made a few trades, and at the end, obviously, got a trade good enough to where they proceeded through the finals to get to where they are now. I personally ranked, I think I have Pale as 3rd in my rankings if I remember correctly. So I did not rank him as number 1. I came down to deciding between myself and Surprised Me as the top 2. Surprised Me for kind of what Blue Line already talked about, where yes, he had a great draft. He didn't have to do anything after basically submitting his bids for his players and racking up his team. Besides huddling them into a party, they were just fine. And that's good and dandy. The reason why I voted for myself is I look at it from the other side, like as a player, what do you want to play for? A captain that, one, keeps the team in line, keeps the team in check, takes credibility if they suck. I suck. I've said this on this air. I'm doing it again because I do. And I for that particular reason, and making sure the team, even when we were losing series or we lost a series or whatever, at no point in time did I feel like there was any hostility within the team chat besides Marine Mike telling me I should bench myself for him every single day for like 17 days straight. I think we did a very good job. That's my particular vote. I'm maybe biased because it's me. Who knew? I don't know. Sober, your thoughts?
So I would typically go with my captain too, depending on how the season went and everything. Ian did a really good job with what he had, with dealing with all the part-timers, and then was it the last week of the season or week and a half of the season? Dunn got switched back to nights, so he was no longer able to play, which threw a wrench into a bunch of lineups. What we were running all the time, what we wanted to run going into the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. But during the season, he did a really good job managing everything. For God's sake, he had to use Legion. Legion, shout out to him, too. We got to shout out to him. He's like one of the best team players. He doesn't care if he plays or not. I mean, I understand he would like to play, but if he said him, he doesn't give a shit. And Ian dealing with a bunch of shit, just stuff. Kilch, with you being another rookie captain, you drafted a good team. You were able to keep that team together, and for some reason, did the G.I. Joe trade. That happened, which you were smart enough to make it. Don't know how you pulled that off.
Look, when you got a chance to fleece, you fleece. That's what you got to do, my guy. Can I get the trade?
But then again, too, you got to look at Surprise. Surprise paid a shit ton of money for Pogs to play D. I know Pogs is a center, so he is pretty much a D man playing center. I mean, he does put up points and stuff, but he plays very defensively as a center also. So it is hard. I mean, I would say it's between you, surprised me, and Pale. Pale just because, God, can you imagine playing a full season with fucking Brick and Figo with like shotgun on D? I mean, you know how much shit has to be thrown in that party, like nonstop. Like N bombs just flying left and right, like you suck, just but no, in all honesty, I'm gonna say it's gonna be you, Coach, because like you said, you kept the team, even when you're losing, you kept the team morale up with your whole freaking soundboard shit and your. So I do think it's really good too that you're a new captain coming in and making the finals. I think that's really, really good. It's a good shit. And just for you.
Go by just the name Jack Adams, like best coach. Then it could be like what you did throughout the season. But if you're just thinking of it like who was the best captain or like executive GM, I mean, surprised we didn't give himself any of those problems that you guys had to deal with. He just drafted the team that kind of ran the table throughout the thing, showed up, won, got out, no headache, didn't have to worry about it. So it kind of depends how you interpret that too, I guess.
Okay, so I'll make one more comment into that. He drafted a team with a bunch of people in a different league, and I know the one series that we played against them, everything started on time, but there's a lot of talk that there's other things that aren't starting on time, and not to start any innuendo here, but I mean, look at the playoffs.
Yeah.
It started 20 minutes late. I mean, come on, dude.
That's a fair point.
I'm sorry. That shit drove me nuts all season about fucking late starts and shit. It's just dumb.
Yep. I mean, I don't want to touch too much on the late start situation. Yeah. I know there's talks of things that we might do to try to adjust things. We're gonna let that unfold. Once admins kind of get more details on that, we're gonna go ahead and make sure we deliver that on. Obviously, once that kind of verdict is delivered, basically.
But hey, Coach, remember, media is where you speak your mind. So fuck the late starts.
Well, I've actually like stated my case and what I think should be done. Will it happen? I don't know. I don't want to sit there and put admins in a tough spot to try to agree to what I said, because now I've got the entire league saying it. So for the sake of that, I'm gonna wait it out, and we're gonna see how this pans out, and we're gonna start from there. I would probably imagine you're gonna hear from that within the next few weeks, though, whatever that verdict may be. Anyway, so let's go to. We have 2 more awards. What do we have? We have the Lady Bing. So we have four finalists for the Lady Bing. You have Crazy Yeti. You have Ian the Berean. You have Mick Lucas. And then you have Mr. Anderson, or Mr. Aderson, as he likes to coin himself. So I'm going to do it a little different this time. Let's start with the person actually in it. So Anderson, your take on the Lady Bing. And one, have you ever thought you'd ever be hearing your name with those nomination possibilities?
You just brought up the award, and I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, what the hell is the Lady Bing Award? And then you said I was nominated for it. I was kind of laughing in my own head, like, who the hell did that? For me, it was definitely Ian the Berean. Definitely one of the nicest guys in the league. His team did pretty well this year, made the playoffs. These guys suck. I mean, everybody on our team was pretty good. Sober was good. Gordon was good. I mean, shouldn't have drafted D-Mark, but what can you do? Not really.
As he's playing UFC.
Guy. Other people said he was good. Yeah, I mean, he just kind of hopped on that train. But no, he's definitely one of the more chill guys. Always hopping in the parties. Always down to play with different people. Down to play whatever position. Plays whatever position he plays as well. So that's who I had. That's my number 1 vote for the Lady Bing.
All right, what do you got there, BLK? Make sure you're not falling asleep over there.
Oh no, I'm eating. No.
I hate you, Jesus Christ!
I think it's a benefit of my camera. The iPhone outsmarting me. I get it. But I think I voted Anderson. I think Ian. They all really deserve it. McLucas, I think, had the lowest amount of points in games played. I mean, there's a lot of different arguments you can make. Lady Bing in an online league is. I don't know if it even should be called the Lady Bing. It's more like who's a good community guy, who's always around, who's talking, like, and not being the troll. It's kind of what I thought of when I saw Anderson. He's always active in the chat box. Did the he's done write-ups in the past, always around, that kind of thing. So who got my vote?
All right. Sober?
I want a definition of this award.
Jesus Christ.
No shit.
Okay, so
No,
I mean the Lady Bing is okay. So there's ways that different people like look at it. So I mean the Lady Bing in general is like awarded to the player who I'm gonna look it up. I have it actually right here. The Lady Bing is awarded to the player who exhibits outstanding sportsmanship and gentlemanly contact combined with high level of play.
Huh. Now you got me dumbfounded. Because
You say it like it's hard.
Ian's a great guy. Love him. He is very, very, very hard on himself. And sometimes I think that affects his gameplay. God damn it! I'm gonna have to say Anderson. With Ian a close second.
Okay. I can't hate on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
For me,
Thanks, Will.
it's really close. One guy I want to comment on, and it can't go unstated. Yeti to do what he did this season, stepping up when needed. Okay, after we won't get into it, but the debacle with captain set up early.
I just blocked that whole team out of my memory.
So did he play for a team that ended up winning?
Yeah, Joe out of that too. So
No, I mean, like he did not play for a team that ended up winning. But did he go ahead and manage this a sinking ship? There's no other way. That the ship was sinking while on fire as they were lighting nukes off in the background. Okay, I mean, like it was a fucking mess. And he did his part to right the ship, make sure it worked perfectly fine, so all of 239 was not going to have an issue. So to discredit him in any way is something I definitely don't want to do. So I will give praise where it needs to go. So big shout out to him. Obviously, as a captain, I know in captain's chat is trying to figure that out in that situation. So big shout out to him. Y'all touched on Ian. I mean, that's my dude. So obviously, yes, he's a super nice guy. Me and Sober can say sometimes, though, man, he gets on the sauce. Ain't that right, Sober?
Definite. And then when his wife comes to call him.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Mindy. You're probably watching. Hello.
Like,
No, so, okay, but beyond that, I actually didn't vote for either one of them. I actually voted for the one guy we haven't talked about. I actually put Mick Lucas up there. This man, I'd be lying if I said I knew the exact stats. I know he has 4 penalty minutes on the season, so one, he's staying out of the box. Anderson actually had 4 penalty minutes as well, so they're doing their part by being nice guys on the ice. But if you know Mick Lucas, or now he's changed his name, I think he's Lucas24, and then his Discord number at the end because he's one of those cucks. Basically, he's a super nice guy. He's pretty quiet, like when it comes to like talking in the Discord for the most part. But he's always going to be around. He's going to play. He's not going to do anything besides play right wing. But he definitely is a good guy. I actually voted for him as my Lady Bing winner, to be honest with you. But like I said, it was a close race. You could go any particular way. There's an argument for every single person. I voted for Mick Lucas, but I'm hoping Yeti wins. So there it is. And then we have the final award, and probably my favorite award, because I kind of created it like a few seasons back. That is the most improved player in 239, because I think it's good to give recognition to the people that actually have improved. We talk about these awards, and sometimes when you see the most improved player, it's guys that aren't getting nominated for the other big time awards a lot of times. So it's nice to see them get the recognition that they deserve, because it doesn't go understated. I said it earlier that your supporting cast is just as good as your star players sometimes. It all plays a role. So for the most improved players for this season, we have Young Buffalo 88, who played on your team, which surprised me, obviously, BLK. And then we also have Marine Mike, who is on my team. And then we have Hi, my name is Ed. So those are your three catalysts for the most improved player in 239. Blue Line, we'll start with you.
All three good choices. I went with Buff. I think, again, this might be biased, it's sample size. But Marine Mike was second. That's who we played. Again, we didn't get Anderson in your series. Mike played great. I mean, Mike played really well that series. Like, your whole team did. But, like, in particular, like, he wasn't, like, this glowing, oh, wow, we got a weak spot here, boys, go at him. He was not. None of you guys were, including you, Couch. But Mike played really well. I think he's my number 2. But just from sample size and getting to play so much with Buff, and knowing even longer, having started playing with Buff in like the NHL 18, to seeing him go from where he was then to now, the improvement is really, really, it's something else.
Fair enough. So you got Young Buffalo. Sober, your most improved player is go.
You know, God dang it. I can't say Mike. Although, you know what? Fuck it. I'm saying Mike. He got drafted this season. God damn it. So he didn't have to message Yambag all the time. Oh, fucking play me, otherwise I'm fucking quitting. Nah. All that shit. So I'm going to have to go.
That sounded just like him, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go Mike. How many fucking majors did he take this season?
None.
None? Oh my god. Okay, right there. Just hand. Give it to him.
I know for a fact we did not take, well, as a team we took one major, so I know it wasn't Mike. It was GI Destro with a charging. So yeah, we have that. Okay, so
I gotta go Mike because he got drafted.
Okay. Anderson?
Yeah, I'm going with Mike as well. I mean, I've never played with the guy before. I'd only heard rumors about him, quite a few of them, some good, some not so good. I had known that he never got drafted before or whatever, so when he was on the team, I was like, oh boy, you know, who knows what's going to happen whenever Mike's out there. I remember the first series we played, I think it was Couch being El Capitano himself, teaching Mike how to find the defensive slot and how to cover it, you know, how to lock it down. And that is part of your responsibility as a center. Once Mike figured that out, he fucking was flying like a peacock the rest of the way, as he would tell you. I think he was 5-6 this year, or 5-7 this year, and had those 3 losses right at the start. So he played above 500 hockey for a winning team the rest of the way out after being kind of like a perennial undrafted guy, a guy that people always want to invite first to the parties or whatever. And here he is laughing at all you guys, getting lots of talking time on the show today, and playing in the championship starting the next 2 days. So I'm going with Mike.
Okay, so Mike, I absolutely love you. I love the fact that you put 7 toes down and really get going every fucking series. It really gets me going. However, I did not vote for you as the most improved player, not because you didn't deserve it, because you absolutely impressed the living shit out of me. I drafted you playing center knowing that you, as a forward, you prefer to play left wing. Could you have potentially played center? Absolutely no clue. Took a shot in the absolute dark and really expected it to blow up in my face. I really did. I mean, that's as honest as it gets. So you did way better than I expected. You've continuously improved from start of season to where we are now. I know you haven't touched a virtual ice in an actual series in like 3 weeks, so you probably don't know where that defensive slot is again. So that should be fun. But I love you. But for me, I want to say, hi, my name is Ed. Um, I don't even know who I was in a party with just 239 lifers, right? Guys that have been here from the beginning. And hi, my name is Ed somehow came into discussion. I think it was after one of their series. And hi, my name is Ed. Guy that's been around before. Has he put up some points? Sure, he's done a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but never been a guy that you can kind of count on. And really opened my eyes. I think it was in the series that we played them for sure. I swear, like he was in on every single scoring opportunity that the team every single time they scored. It was like, hi, my name is Ed. Primary assist. Hi, my name is Ed. Finishing a clapper. Hi, my name is Ed. Sitting there, get a nice little breakout out of the neutral zone. So it's like, for me, I see him as a guy that would definitely be willing to be the winner here of this award. But again, just like Marine Mike, I do not put him as the top guy. I give it to Young Buffalo, and let me tell you why in one simple stat. Young Buffalo, sure. Did he maybe get priced a little lower than where he should have been going into this season? He went for, I believe, 15 bods. You could say yes. But last season, he played 20 games. He had 19 points on this season, so less than a point a game. He had 3 goals and 16 assists. This season, he is the third most scoring player in the league with, in 24 games, 29 goals and 45 assists. We can say what we want. To me, those numbers are too over the top for me to give it to anybody else. I just can't see myself giving it to anyone besides Buffalo. Props to him. He definitely improved from last season to this season. There is absolutely no rhyme or reason to say anything besides that. That's what I got. That's who I think is your most improved player. That's it for the awards. We're not gonna, I don't think we should touch on All-Star voting. Like, vote for who you think should be in the All-Star stuff. I'm on the list for All-Star voting. You guys are high. So that's cool. But I love you guys. Sober, you know what, Sober? I'll just put it on you real quick so you can show your e-sober elitist bull crap. There you go, that it, boy. All right. Shout out to Esso. Esso might have died or something. I don't know where the hell he is. Daily, if you're watching, you're X to the D to the A to the L to the Y somewhere in your basement. So make an appearance, man. Make a freaking appearance. We all want to see it. I'm gonna send it around here. Is there anything that maybe you want to touch on besides obviously what we've already discussed that you think might be something that we can kind of spin off here for a few minutes on? Sober, do you have anything you want to discuss?
How come you always go to me, fucker?
Honestly, it's your beautiful bald head.
Nice. Nice. Or that I'm on a fucking bouncy ball.
Actually, you want to show them the bouncy ball? Show them your chair. Show them your chair. Yeah, baby. Commitment. That is beautiful.
That's the thing. When does the sign-ups close? At the end of the month?
Yeah, so sign-ups close officially the 25th, and the draft will be on the 30th. So you have, 3 weeks basically to get your applications in, so make sure you're signed up. If you're already signed up, good work, not complaining. If you need changes, come to an admin, we'll make sure it's adjusted. If you're not signed up, get on top of it. Sign up. Sober, I'm looking at you.
Oh,
I know there's plenty of time, blah, blah, blah. Sign up. Get this ball rolling.
Is there a captain's list yet?
There is not a captain's list because we have absolutely no clue how many are going to sign up.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
No. Start out with the same amount of captains and then add a couple if you need it. Huh?
Yeah, there's not an official list of who we've got as potential captains yet. Rumor has it though that Anderson said he's going to go full time and he's going to want a captain. I heard. Is that right, Anderson?
Probably not. No.
Jeez.
It's negative.
I tried.
Anyway, I enjoyed doing the show. It's good to be back in media. I'm glad that we have a group of people that seem committed. That's where I'm going to leave it off. I'm just glad that there's something happening again.
For sure. we're going to do our part to make sure that BOK figures out his iPhone. You know, it's 2020, so iPhones are brand new. You know, no one knows how to work them nowadays. But BOK, do you have anything to add before we hop on out of here?
No, me and Anderson did talk about something earlier, and he wanted to bring up. He should probably talk about it. About a possible playoff format change. That's basically the new esports format, kind of, where you get to pick, the first seed gets to pick their opponent instead of it just going by seeding. I thought that was kind of an interesting twist you could add.
You know, they talked about doing that shit in baseball, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baseball is discussing it, too.
Yeah, it fits with the 239 theme of talking shit and calling people out and having fun with it. That, yeah, the first seed and whatever, however down, gets to pick their opponent.
Why don't we do like a draft lottery? You know, like all the teams that make the playoffs go in a hat and just randomly draw.
I mean, my only negative to drawing just from the hat. I was gonna say, like, my negative to drawing from the hat there is, let's say the first seed goes up there and they draw from the hat.
Yep.
They draw the second seed. That second seed, like, their second seed listing is literally pointless unless you go, let's say there's 8 teams in the playoffs and you go 1 through 4, get to pick out of the 5 through 8 classing. Maybe that would work. That'd be interesting to see. Maybe bring that up to admins to see how that all unfolds. Whether
or the ones who still get their bye or whatever the hell, and then the rest of the group draw from a hat.
Yeah, you look like a hat kind of guy. Yeah, you are definitely a hat kind of guy. Anderson, you got anything?
Oh, you're talking to me?
No, the other Anderson.
The other Anderson? I didn't hear you, man. Sorry.
Jesus.
Just for everybody who's new, just, if you had a good time, sign up again. Get your friends, get them in some scouting games, get them to, meet some people and sign up. To all you old fuckers who left, you guys know who you are. The league's still going, we're still having fun, so the grass isn't always greener, so you motherfuckers come back too and have some fun with us as well. Season was pretty good. This show was pretty good, I thought, so far. I had a good time, and my phone's going to die soon, so I'm going to keep that pretty short and sweet and send it back to you.
All right, and I'll round it out here. Anderson, you kind of touched a little bit. If you're new to the league, welcome to 239. If you're old in the league, continue to sign up. If you haven't signed up and maybe you missed a season or two, get back on the trail. Sign up. If you're new, invite your friends if you have any that you know are committed players that are willing to try to actually be in a league atmosphere. We're willing. If you have D-men and goalie friends, send them our way, because goalie's a hard thing to find. You got people like Anderson and Sober playing goalie regularly and just random sixes because we don't have enough. Or the goalies that we do have are just not willing to play goalie anymore. Master Wolf, Shotgun. Just so we're just kind of pointing people out.
Don't worry, I will be playing goalie next year. So
BOK said he's going playing net. See what I'm saying here? I promise you, I will not be playing net. I don't want to make anyone have to sit through that. That is painful to watch. Other than that, one person I want to call out, Drug Monkey. You see Christoph Porzingis win Player of the Week last week? What a fucking guy. He's a baller.
I just want him and Yam to get into it all the time on the show box. That'd be great. I would love it.
Yeah, so Anderson is going to do our part to kind of take something from what the Island did. Maybe change it up again. He has a little leeway what he wants to do, but he's going to be monitoring the shout box for any chirps and good rivalries going back and forth or insults. I'll say it, and I'll say it again. I know the final starts tomorrow, but Figo and Brick, if you want to challenge me and Anderson to a 2v2 gunfight for the title right now, I will hop on COD and stream it for the league. I do not care. Let's do it. If you're down, I'm down. Pale's like, no, fuck no. But Pale don't get to make these decisions. What does he think he is, the captain? Come on. Anyway, 239. I'll say it like I end every write-up. 239, I love you. This is the Faceoff. We're going to get more action regularly. Keep an eye out for the next post for when we're going to be going live. Everyone else, deuces.